And today I'll be reviewing the one, the only top 3 FNAF characters. The Mimic YOUTOOZ vinyl figure fucking action for kids Xmas figure. I received him today. I think I'm the first person to get him, I think. I don't know, like a weird kind of like, see that kind of weird kind of, that's not me, like, what is that shit? I don't know, it's actually came out of the box. I think I'm the first person to get him outside of, like, Springs, so that's cool, I guess. Yeah, I didn't think I'd be getting him for another, like, few weeks, but, you know, I don't mind, I'm not complaining. I couldn't get him slammed on the bed, so, this it is. And now my first complaint with him, is that he's quite tiny. Like, the only thing I've got to compare FNAF, because I don't really have any FNAF merch here, here's like Nightmare Freddy compared to him, and you can kind of see he's kind of small. I don't have any other YouTubers to compare him to, but like the normal Freddy is about like there-ish, so he's quite small, which is like, Mimic is one of the tallest FNAF characters outside of, like, you know, like the Blob and all that kind of stuff. Like, he's probably the biggest normal sized FNAF character. I think he's been beating out Baby, so him being really small is kind of weird. I think the reason I did it was because of the stand, maybe, because if they make him too big, he'll just fall over his stand, which is a bit annoying. But as you can see, as Springs pointed out, he does, as you can see, he would actually be about here-ish, because obviously he's bending, or he's leaning over, and his legs are bent down, so if they were straight up, he'd be a lot taller, which I wish they did, because him being tall just is, like, makes him cooler. Because, like, I can't see this guy tearing apart fucking 20 construction workers, but anyway, there's a weird hair there. I hate when the fucking hair's going on the set. Anyway, the actual figure itself, besides complaining about the height, what I think of it is very good. It's very detailed, and I really like it. As you can see, the face, they didn't colour the teeth, which is weird, and there's like a weird, like, kind of chip on the eye for my one. As you can see, there's a lot of, like, little paint errors on him, which is a bit weird. But I think he's cool. They could have added paint on the torso, which they didn't do, which is a bit annoying. But I still think he's a very cool and detailed figure. As you can see, they put, like, the spring lock on the leg. They got the wires on the leg. They got more wires. They did his endo right. His endo's right. It's just, it needs a bit more colour to it, I think. And also, they didn't colour the bottom row of teeth in for some odd reason. Also, is that always been hollow? I think so. Is this thing hollow? I think it is. It must be. He also has this weird, like, little stone on his face, which I'm not really glad they added, but I mean, cool, I guess. It's just kind of like a piece of, like, rotten gum, which is weird. And you got his little, like, strand of hair, tarp or whatever. I don't know what that's meant to be, but I mean, it looks fine. I don't really like the weird, like, piece of old gum on his face, so that's a bit weird. I'm glad they added the red wires to the side of him, because it makes him, like, it makes him a bit more colourful, besides the eyes. I'm really glad they did the eyes like this and didn't do it as, like, a weird kind of, like, white and yellow version, rather than just kind of orange and yellow, because it makes them look cooler, and, like, you know, I designed my custom plush off this figure, and I'm really, really glad that they made the eyes this colour, because it makes them look way cooler. Turn to the back, you see there's still more detail. There's weird, like, hot glue, not hot glue, super glue stains. This figure is quite messy, like, now I'm looking at it. Like, you can kind of see, there's a lot of, like, weird plastic kind of fuck-ups. There's, like, there's a lot of glue residue everywhere. The paint job's a bit weird. Maybe this figure isn't as great as I thought it was. Like, I don't really notice this, but, like, you know, you can see a lot closer on the camera. But yeah, I don't know. It's a bit weird. I never noticed this. Also, his hand, I think, shouldn't really be that colour on the thing. I think his entire hand should be that one colour, but I guess to make him a bit more colour, I don't know. But, like, looking at him from afar, he's good, right? But, like, when you take a closer look at him, he's a bit scuffed. And honestly, I can say I'm a bit disappointed with it. Because Mimic is, like, as I said in the beginning of the video, he's like my top 5, even maybe top 3 FNAF characters. And they did him kind of dirty. Now, I wonder if it's because they changed or he was added really late to the waves. They're only supposed to do I think him and Mixis got added like a lot later, but Mix is like a lot easier to do. But I'm guessing because this one is very detailed, they kind of like skimmed out on it a bit, which is a bit kind of a shame. But yeah, he is quite small. Like a mystery, like I think he's only a bit taller than Mystery Man. Like a Mystery Man is like that maybe, I think, some around there, and he's like that. So he's quite small. I'd still say Eclipse is probably better than him. But honestly, I'm glad I have him because, you know, I think a lot of the points I made about the Walton Files Bond plush I could probably make here as well, because, you know, he's just kind of like, I'm glad I have him because it's the only Mimic merch available, and probably will be the only Mimic merch available for years probably. You know, I'm glad I have him. You know, I wouldn't, if I saw him in a store, I probably wouldn't buy him for like 35 like retail. But, you know, I like Mimic. I'm a big Mimic fan, so I'm happy to have him. But he's definitely not one of my favourite YOUTOOZ, I'll say. Like, you know, I think I ranked him in an S tier in my YOUTOOZ live stream tier list. He would realistically be like high B tier, like nowadays. Now I've got him in person. Sorry to end this video on a sad note, like I usually fucking do, but yeah, Mimic, he's, you know, he's the Mimic, he's cool. You know, maybe buy him, like, if you don't mind about the size too much and you just want a cool Mimic figure, go ahead. But, you know, if you're like, if you can only get like one FNAF YOUTOOZ out of the Ruin Wave, just get like Eclipse or Mixis or Roxy. Like, you don't really need him unless you like really want him, or you know, you're a Mimic fan. But anyway, another complaint about the box still is that you know, it still has kind of like dark black, like kind of like with a slight like very dark blue, which I'm not a fan of, because, you know, like look how cool like this kind of like this pattern looks, like the sand blue and the black. I really wish they had that on like this front here, but they don't. So what's an L for YOUTOOZ? My next video that I should release will be on like YOUTOOZ, like a commentary video. It won't be like a review, hopefully. So expect that soonish. Anyway, I'm gonna go release my load all over him. Goodbye. Penis! Inside. Penis!